Oh, we are live. The thing is in the front. So, shall we press the button and do the countdown?
Activate.
If you click on that button that says unmute, you can talk over this. And we can witness this glorious. So there's Carl there.
Yeah.
That's James.
Chris has apparently decided to mute himself, which is.
And then we got Dan, and then there's
like Ben Kingsley there, Richard.
Yeah, so
I do, rather like Ben Kingsley.
So hello to our viewers that are currently watching us. We have 4 viewers already watching us just dribble over our title slide.
Yeah.
This is cool. Hi.
Don't
wait, the real show comes on in a minute. It's just this timer is 2 minutes, but I think it should probably be 60 seconds, guys.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post. It's fine.
In my book, 60 seconds
is live.
60 seconds is more than ample time to complete.
Yeah, mental note.
So there's lots going on in this show. It's a very busy and exciting show. There is James's wish clip that doesn't exist, that hasn't been uploaded to the box. So we're just going to breeze past it. We'll breeze past his wish clip. There's Carl that's not Carl. There's Richard with his magic guns. And yeah.
I've got my Benjamin Sisko impression this week.
Oh, brilliant.
Let's do it! Woo! Pow, pow, pow. Jerry.
What's the floor?
So, welcome to the show. Welcome to Let's Talk Trek. It is the UK's number one. Well, Europe's number one.
Only.
We'll go UK. We'll go UK first. Number one weekly Star Trek web showcast premiere thing. That's us. It's amazing, this. Yeah, you can comment if you're watching us on our various streams. We are live on Facebook on a couple of sites and on YouTube. And
please let us know where you're from,
and
what your favourite episode is, and who your favourite character is, and we can tell you why you're wrong.
Now, if you watch our show frequently, you may realise that one of our usual panellists, Carl, is not in this week. We have stolen Chris. So, Chris, where are you from? What do you represent?
I thought that Carl was looking very Mediterranean.
It's hard to be less ginger. I know
that. Dear me. Well, I'm in Lincoln, and yeah, it's great to be here. Favorite episode? Got to be something Voyager based. I know some people might, be critical about that, but hey. And then maybe Q2 is a good episode.
Fantastic. And Geekdom, do you have your own page or your own thing? What people can?
Yeah. So I actually have a monthly board game show based on Diary of a Lincoln Geek. So I'm familiar with the web streaming live to the web.
That's what we like.
You stream a live board game.
Live board game show. We talk about board games that people have been playing. We also have a bit of a highlight. We normally have a guest on the show, a board game designer, something that may be on Kickstarter, and then
any Star Trek board games apart from the chess, or?
No, I've not seen any for a while. I mean, I know there was the WizKids click-based strategy game. I've not really played that much myself because I wasn't a big fan of the format, but the models are really nice. So yeah.
Do you ever get Will Wheaton on? He loves games, doesn't he?
Sorry?
Do you ever get Will Wheaton on, Chris? Because he does. I wish I could have Will Wheaton on the show. That would be amazing.
You should ask him.
Now, to put Chris on the spot for a second, there is a rumor that Star Trek Chess is actually going to be done again. I've heard there's a new version of Star Trek.
The Global Collection are doing it, I think.
Yeah. So 3D Chess is being re-released. It's not really classed as a board game. It's classed as a game in itself. It's chess. It's a strategy game. So,
Chris.
My dear CBS people that I know watch the show weekly because we do talk. If you want to send Chris a free one to have a look at, I'm sure he would happily take one.
Yeah, review it on your board game show. We could maybe do a punt on it on here as well and do a link to it. It'd be wonderful.
Yeah, more than happy to. Yeah. So it's not just me. I have a team of people that are probably watching now. So hi.
Good evening to Alan.
That's the name of the Will Wheaton show.
It is. Oh God.
Tabletop.
Tabletop. Yes, tabletop review.
What I just said.
Yeah, tabletop. Yeah. Sorry.
So
Will Wheaton do his own show? Is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's as well. Yeah. Yeah, the board game.
Regular viewers to our show will know we have a couple of things we like to get through. We got 45 minutes to get through as much as we can. We like to first off get James a little bit drunk because he's more coherent once he's had a drink in him. So we invented a feature
because I'm a lawyer.
Exactly, and it's where James makes cocktails. So let's do that one.
Brilliant. Okay, I have my notes here. So this week's cocktail is called the Trilithium Trembler. And for this week's cocktail, you're going to need some trilithium resin. Now, you can draw this off from your warp core. If, however, you're unable to draw trilithium resin off from your warp core, then you can use Bailey's. Or, in my case, a non-proprietary brand called Ballycastle. Now, to improve your trilithium resin, you're also going to need some ethanol-infused deuterium. What?
Sorry.
Right, okay. If you're unable to get hold of any ethanol-infused deuterium, I'm going to use Jameson's, which you must place as a layer on top of, there we go, your trilithium resin.
Your layering
you will need is the fissionable element, because this is what's now known as your critical mass charge. You will need dark matter. Now, you can get this from most nebulae, but if you can't get hold of dark matter, can I suggest Guinness, which you can pour into a tall glass like so.
You got me at Guinness and Jameson's, by the way.
I've played this a bit dangerously here because the next element of this is to create
together, Richard. Stop it.
Oh, I've probably overloaded this. Yeah. And look at the way that's curdling there. Isn't that spectacular? So there you have it. Trilithium resin, ethanol-infused deuterium, and dark matter makes your Trilithium Trembler this week's cocktail, which
gets you hammered.
Yeah.
So first off, James, how would you rate this drink out of 10?
I think I'm going to give that a 3.
Okay. Would you like to have a minute to clear up your desk?
I'm going to have to go and get a towel. Yeah, you go on to the next feature.
That's fine. We have some comments.
Sorry, I meant to say this cocktail is dedicated to my friend Sarah. Sarah J. I'm not giving your real name over the internet, but as promised, dedicated to you.
Now, Mrs. Dillon has put onto the screen. Can you down it in one, please?
Oh, God.
Failed.
Ugh, no.
This is worse than watching a card eat that egg.
Richard's gone really red.
I can't say anything, otherwise I'll never be able to do this show again.
Yeah, I broke at the same time you did. You just carried on.
Now, interestingly, James is not the only person this week that's been teaching us how to make cocktails. If you are on Instagram, you may have noticed that Nana Visitor this week also did a making things. And we have got that video here and now.
Mom and Nana here. When I play, I like to play with chemistry. I like flavors and tastes and amounts and how to get to something that tastes wonderful to me. So I'm going to share a cocktail I came up with this weekend when probably I should have been vacuuming. I was coming up with cocktail recipes. But it's because we went to Total Wine, and Total Wine has something very cool. They have these tiny bottles of, like, sample bottles of different liqueurs and vodkas, and I found whipped cream vodka, and I had seen recipes for this, and I never had it. So this is perfect. I'm not buying a whole bottle for 99 cents. I get to try this out. So I came up with the cocktail using this whipped cream vodka. I call it Cherries in the Snow. So I start.
Can I just draw everyone's attention to the fact that Nana Visitor has obviously murdered someone in her kitchen and hasn't cleaned the extractor fan?
In a shaker.
Like, she's murdered someone
Half an ounce.
and she's like, I've cleaned all the nice wood paneling down, but she's completely forgotten about the ducts at the top there.
That's it. And 1 ounce of whipped cream vodka.
She's probably used that bottle of Maker's Mark and just think, we all think it's wax on the end. It isn't. It's actually.
Oh, here we go. Linda Whitehall from Chicago.
Sour cherry bitters. This is from the Miracle Mile Bitters Company.
Nice bird.
And I'm going to choose.
Gained a parrot, because obviously every cocktail video needs a parrot.
So that's fine with me. But 2 would be good. That looked more like 4. I'm going to shake it.
Does it leak?
Until it hurts my hand. There it goes.
She's not doing it properly if it doesn't
They
leak.
say 1
No,
minute is
I
about
can
right.
shake it for much
But
longer
once
than
it
that
gets
without my
frosty,
hand
I can
hurting.
go there. Because I'm going to pour it over a giant, can you see that? A giant ice cube. There it is.
And this, my dear, is why you were a resistance fighter and not the bartender.
I like that she has a
so
parrot.
wintry
I
and
think that's
holiday
great fun.
and wonderful. Look, making this drink was my way of playing. How do you like to play? Play.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, what I thought was disgraceful there was the very blatant product placement, which we just don't do on our show.
Not at all. Not at all.
I haven't got anything to product place. I put it right away so we don't do any product placement. Right, so let's have a look on the comment section.
Hello from Chicago. Love Nana.
We do love Nana.
Yeah, we do.
Don't do it, Catherine. Doesn't matter if you're pregnant. Just don't drink that.
Maybe she's going to drink. Maybe what Catherine's going to do is going to do Nana's drink, not ours. It's possible.
No, she'll do the other one because she likes Baileys. That's my other half.
It's the fact that it curdled visibly while I was drinking it that, yeah.
I just like the idea that it's turning at the moment into a solid block of cheese in your stomach.
There was something at college she actually used to drink, and I think it's like lime juice and Baileys, and it's supposed to curdle, and it does go like a block of cheese.
Awful. Right, let's move on. So, Standby Carl, that's you, Chris, is going to be running one of Carl's features this night. So let's press the button. Loving the musical accompaniment. Right. So let's put Chris in the top corner over there, and then we can make him bigger.
Ooh. There we go. I can see myself on the big screen. Lovely.
Yeah, clever, isn't it?
Well, Collectible Corner. It's just nice being involved with the show for once, actually, as a feature rather than just a random guest. So, what have
you got for us, Chris?
So, my collectible, which has been put on screen, which is quite nice, is a canvas art print Actually, I obtained at Voyager Returns convention several years ago now. Can't remember how many years ago now, to be completely honest. Yes, we spoke about it before. Yeah. And I got this at auction for about 100 so what's that? 1,000 pennies or something? I can't remember what you guys converted to pennies.
On this show, we referred to it as an auction, but please go on.
Auction. Oh, okay.
And please feel free to use the currency of the land you're in. So if you wish to use pounds and pence.
So I used it cost me £100. And copious amounts of research online says that it is as rare as I thought it was now, because you just don't see it anywhere. There was only 1,000 made of these, actually. It's actually a really nice quality print.
May I ask, are the signatures printed, or are they ones you've
These are all signatures I've collected.
So there's several on there, and unfortunately, let me see if I can enlarge my screen. It's not how I can see Kate Mulgrew.
Yeah, that was a funny autograph. I'll tell you about that in a moment.
And I can see several others that I read, but there's one missing that I can't see.
I can see. Ethan,
so the main one that's missing is Roxanne Dawson.
And Tom Wright, who played Tuvix.
Correct. I haven't met him. No. There's a couple I'm missing, but main one being Roxanne Dawson.
You've got a lot of autographs there.
Yeah, there's 21 altogether, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. Yeah.
God, imagine leaving that on a train.
Oh no. So you can imagine the average autograph at a convention's anywhere between kind of like about 3,000 pennies or something like that per autograph. You can soon add up that it's probably worth about 73,000 pennies.
So you need really Roxanne Dawson's. I am friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, she was supposed to be at the convention this year, wasn't she, at DST? But of course, due to COVID, which is a damn shame, one of those things. But we've got to live with it. I won't get it this year. Hopefully, maybe she'll be there next year. All being well and good.
I think something as amazing as that, I think it would be a damn shame if it were never to be completed. So we'll find a way.
Yeah. Oh, of course there'll be a way. But of course, any kind of piece of memorabilia like that, if you're a collector, the important thing to have is the certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get with my Spock helmet.
Yeah. What a lovely piece of memorabilia it is too. Your Spock helmet is legendary. I'm shocked you're not wearing it tonight.
It's in the shed. But just a point of interest, though, the certificate of authenticity. I have a few myself for the bits I have. I mean, how do you authenticate a certificate of authenticity? This sounds like a silly question, but I notice yours doesn't have like a fancy holographic sticker on it or anything like that.
Because
is there a central database where these things are verified?
You can get them authorized by Beckett, because Beckett are actually very good, which it's going to be. But this one you can tell because it's endorsed by Paramount.
Yeah.
And
so they have something that you can kind of check this against then.
Yes.
Like a database, yeah.
No, not with this one because of its age, because it was quite early in the early days of the internet. There's very little references to this on the internet. There's references to DS9 version of this, but I've not seen any of the Voyager version of this canvas art, which was done by, if I remember correctly, Artist Canvases. Canvas Arts. So yeah, it was.
I quizzed Real Carl about this once, and I said, if you've got something you think's authentic that's got a certificate of authenticity and you're trying to sell it, this is the thing. We're all Star Trek. We're never going to actually sell these things. This is the whole point. We're never going to sell. But Carl said to me, the best thing you can do when you get something like that done is to get this. And this is why a lot of the celebrities don't mind you taking selfies with them at the signing tables anymore, where they used to be quite anti it. It's because that's how you prove that is the thing you had signed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So don't be scared when you go and get something signed, and you've paid upwards of, well, depending on if you're Dominic Keating or not, £12 to possibly even £50, £75 for an autograph. Don't be shy of saying to the celebrity, "Excuse me, do you mind if I have a quick selfie with you signing this?" Because that is your authenticity of it being done. So never be ashamed to ask.
No, but there are authenticators at a lot of conventions these days as well. I mean, at last year's DST, I got the card print, which there were very limited numbers because he wasn't signing there on the day. They got some prints done, and Beckett authorized it and confirmed it was genuine that day. So that now has a holograph on.
Yeah.
I mean, the question I would have is, what same thing that we all have. Which lie do you tell to your other half as regards how much things are really worth, and how do you hide them so they're not found when you? I've had that for years. I didn't just buy it now.
Well, at a convention, you pay cash. You don't pay card.
This is where we've been going wrong, boys.
Yeah, pay cash.
I'd say a lot of
actually, I've got a shelf company in the Cayman Islands that I use for all of my illicit purchases.
Yeah, I take a lot of cash with me to a
Oh no,
convention.
Claire's watching this.
When I get back, I merely explained to Mrs. Richard that I had to bail James out of jail yet again.
Oh, it is a wonderful picture. Well done, James. More importantly, do you have one?
No.
My God.
Well done, Chris.
There's a first. Something James hasn't got. Luminex. Thanks to auctions. Like I said, I got that at auction. Auction. The thing I was supposed to be showing was that letter I previously talked to you guys about.
I am going to
so safe. I can't find it.
I'm going to disappoint Chris by saying to him, it's not as unique as he thinks. Okay.
What letter?
Oh, no, it's not things Dad owns too, is it?
You got it.
So
He has it.
I also have it, thanks to the miracle of the internet. So this one is now going to go on my wall, and I'm going to stick a hologram on it, and it will be genuine.
Do you know what? I've got no money left because I spent everything I had on marbles.
Can you see all my autographs? They are amazing.
Viewer, if you're watching, we were saying before the show, that's a wonderful thing to have, and genuinely, we all thought that the Intrepid Voyager ship is probably the best that we've seen.
Oh, it's stunning.
It's a stunning ship. It really is. It's a wonderful thing to look at, not just because of the moving parts. I think it's a great ship, and it's versatile.
For another show, Rick Sternbach.
Now,
Rick
Sternbach on our next feature. Very brings us on to our next feature, which is obviously it's a lovely ship to have. Now, what I'd like to do, boys, at this point is just quickly flash a video up on the screens. So we'll have a quick look. Watch this.
Dan, we've been on your hard drive.
Very nice.
So,
but
go on. What have we got?
It's just like another D'Agostini set, isn't it? Can I be patient enough to build all that from a weekly edition? Nah.
I think it's about 3 years.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, I did the D'Agostini Thunderbird 2, and I loved every minute of building that. And it took me 2.5 years, mainly because I couldn't find the time to build it. But it is a thing of beauty that sits in my office.
It is lovely. Yeah.
Especially after I did a little weathering on it and I got the launch ramp for it and I weathered up all the support vehicles. It was beautiful. But I'll tell you what turns me off about that one. It says easy to build. Well, where's the fun in that then? I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be challenging.
Let me just check the schedule.
Yeah.
Issue 496 comes with your escape pod sticker. This is the trouble. I find these things are. Do you know what? I would rather just be four issues at 500 quid each, and have be able to build it quick than wait 2.5 years. I have not got the patience for that.
So I usually offer a full kit option, Dan, with these things.
We spoke about this earlier in the week, and we said, like, what's the difference between getting this, which is, I think it's £1,100 in total it's going to cost, or getting an artisan model built. Having it sort of painted and assembled and the light thing and everything there is great. But I did a little bit of research to find out how difficult it would be to get yourself, because this is a big model. This is a big
2 feet. It's not small, no.
2 feet's massive. I mean, that's the same height as me. If you've got, but I did a bit of research. There's actually in Ramsgate, James. Yeah. In Ramsgate, there is a 3D company now that do printing and scanning, and they reckon they can scan and print any object. And I wonder...
That sounds like a challenge.
Genuinely, I wonder...
Scan this.
Yeah, I wonder if you can get them to 3D print you a two... Obviously, they'll be able to do it for less than £1,100, but you're going to have to get it painted as well. Now... Everyone who lives near a city must know that there's a Warhammer shop knocking about, and if you want the best painters, go to a Warhammer shop and tap them up. Get yourself a 2-foot Enterprise 3D printed. Get yourself a Warhammer shop painter, and get yourself a simple circuit lighting thing. Yeah. I wonder if this could be a challenge for the show. Let's see if we can match that on a budget.
Well, I actually know
the point of the fun of building it, though.
Are we essentially starting a new challenge called Blue Piece of the Enterprise? Is this what we're doing?
Well, Neil, my friend, might be up for that.
Roles.
Because he actually builds these kits and does LED and paints them all up on commission.
Right.
Well, I did one of the original Enterprise many years ago, and just for something to do in the evenings when my children were very young and I couldn't make a noise with my guitars. So I got the Revel kit and I lit it up and I designed the light circuiting and I did all the LEDs and bits and pieces myself rather than buying a lighting kit. And I did it just for amusement, and it came out rather well. I did it as a learning process to learn about electronics. But I wonder if you actually had the focus of doing something, that to compete with that, because at the end of the day, the fun of building it is all well and good, but you want something that's going to look awesome in the corner of your office. That's the end game.
Yeah.
So I wonder, because now 3D print, don't get me wrong, Eagle Moss, they do a lot of crap, but they do a lot of really good stuff as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got to balance it off. Like, now that these individual companies that I've just found one local to us that literally claim they can do anything. They've got the scanners there, the handheld things like from Discovery, doing the lot. Could you get £1,100 for a 2-foot lit model? I would say I could probably get it done for £300. Yeah,
I reckon someone could build one that was similar to the size that used to hang in Pages.
Well, the one in Pages, Chris, as you will remember, was a good 6 feet long.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Now, this actually brings us on to something else from this week.
One in Forbidden Planet as well in London, so the same scale. It's not the same one.
Did anyone see the big Enterprise that has been doing the rounds for sale in Canada this week?
No, I missed that.
It didn't look too good, to be honest.
It seemed better days. Apparently, it's a Paramount original. We haven't got a picture. The picture has disappeared. But it was Enterprise A or refit Constitution, depending on your irk. And it was up for 2,200 Canadian dollars. So that's
what's that in
real money.
English pennies?
About 10 pence in real money.
10 pence? So
to be completely honest,
wouldn't be too steep then.
I know we're talking about kits, but I'd actually prefer to build one out of Lego, that's official Lego, than build a kit like that.
What, like this one above my head? This one?
Yeah, I'd sooner do that, yeah.
Paul, who watches the shows, into his Lego as well.
Yeah. Quite a few Lego people watch the show.
The President Mrs. Dillon and I built a Lego Ecto 1 recently, and that was rather fun. I enjoyed building that with her.
Right, so we're going to move on with the show. Let's push ahead. We've got features to get through. So next up, it is the news. There isn't a lot of news this week, to be honest. The main news is, I'm going to put this up first. That can be one thing. We're going to talk about Discovery. And what we're going to talk about is that this week's Discovery, if you haven't yet seen it, is a two-parter. So it's the first time I've seen a two-parter in Star Trek for a long time.
There was lots of Michelle Yeoh.
Lots
of Michelle Yeoh, which was good.
Lots of Michelle Yeoh. We're not going to ruin it. You've got a chance to watch it. All we're going to put is we're going to put one image on the screen. So if you haven't watched it, please turn away at this moment in time. And what it is the writers of this week's Discovery have obviously been watching Monsters, Inc. Right.
What they've been doing is a really cheap version of Stargate.
So I'm not asking about anything about this week's episode at all.
Yeah, sure, fire away. But obviously, we put the warning up, so we're going to talk about it. So you fire away, Chris.
All I'm going to say is, for who out of the four of us here have seen the latest episode? Have we all seen it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Karok, the ship that is given to Giorgio as part of her commencement, in the background, was that was that powered by a sun?
Yeah, do you remember in the episodes from the first series where we had Emperor Giorgio, it sort of had this weird thing in the center of it, like the Eye of Harmony or something.
Yeah.
We've seen it before, haven't we?
If you play Star Trek Online, it's very similar to the Dyson Sphere technology.
Yeah, I thought as much. I saw it in the background and I was like, that looks like a small sun. I wasn't going to quote a Star Wars reference, but it's a small sun, I'm sure.
That's no moon.
That's no moon, yeah.
Okay.
Did you enjoy this week's episode of Discovery?
I did. It was the last one that dragged.
I'm certainly going to give it a solid 3 out of 10.
I would give it like a 6 or a 7. I thought it was actually.
I was going to say, I agree. I'll give it a 6 out of 7. A 6 or a 7.
There's lots of Mary Wiseman in this episode, which you can never complain about. Right, moving on. Let's have a look. Alan Windows says 129,037 pennies is your conversion.
Is that for the Enterprise D, Alan? Is that the
no, that's Enterprise A in Canadian money into real money.
Enterprise A. Ah, yes.
Ooh, wow. Is that $1 Canadian?
Let's work on our next thing. So there has been other videos been released this week. It's a very video intensive show this week. As you may know, if you follow him, Bob Picardo does a video every so often on his channel, talking about stuff. And we've got his latest one. So here we go. Let's play it. Roll the VT.
Which Star Trek series had a theme song that was not only nominated for an Emmy, but won an Emmy Award and was written by a very famous, highly decorated movie composer? Well, of course, it's Voyager. And of course, that's the late, great Jerry Goldsmith. So in honor of Mr. Goldsmith in this beautiful location, all right, you get the idea.
I'm feeling sick.
Bob's ace.
One day, I'm going to get shit-faced with Rob Picardo in a bar. Right?
I got this close.
I'm not going to smoke whatever he's smoking, but I'm going to get drunk with him.
I've got decent signal in the middle of nowhere.
But just to reiterate what he said there about Jerry Goldsmith, honestly, you look up your favorite you look up your favorite top 10 sci-fi films that aren't Star Trek. I bet you Jerry Goldsmith has composed the tune to 3 of them at least. The guy was
James
a
Horner.
legend, absolute legend. He really was.
Well, it's my favourite series.
And of course, Michael Giacchini is the Alan Silvestri. Those are the other big guns, aren't they?
And John Williams, if you want to wheel like John Williams every so often.
Michael Gracchio, fantastic.
Yeah.
E.T., I think, was a Williams one, wasn't it? Because that's a Spielberg collaboration.
Yes.
Indiana Jones.
There's another science fiction genre one I think he's done, but I can't think of the name of it.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
You're talking about John Williams now, yeah?
Yeah, well, we're just trying to wheel off John Williams. We used to be a Star Trek show. It's all good. Right, so after last week's show, we have reached out to Creation and said, hey, we're available to come to America. We'd love to have you. We'd still love to come to America, Creation. You know.
Oh, America. We did a show in America once already, didn't we?
Yeah, we are doing another one for Virtual Sci-Fi Con on the 27th.
Ooh.
Oh,
They
yes.
love us so much. They want us back.
We've had a
Between
booking.
Christmas and New Year.
Creation, are you listening?
Yes, between Christmas and New Year. You're not busy. We've checked.
I'm available for that.
There is a full matter, Dan, of the imminent arrival of Baby Dylan number 2.
Yes, James. Please say hello to New James. He's also on this call. New James, give us a wave.
You, James, wave.
New James, please wave. Chris is rubbish at this game.
Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry.
His missus is pregnant. He's got a beard. He's sitting in his office. He is essentially New James.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. My missus
Can't argue with that.
less stubborn.
Yeah.
Well,
He
nobody's.
does look a bit sober, though, to be fair.
I do think we should, in fact, keep talking, make something up. I'm going to just do a bit of editing while we're on the thing. So,
I'm going to say hi to Baby Allsop.
oh, press bless.
Oh, I've just found something in my hospital bag.
Ooh, what's that?
Hip flask.
That's James's whiskey hip flask that he doesn't put whiskey in.
Okay.
James, tell everyone what you
Star
everyone
Trek
what you put
themes.
in
Ribena.
Right. So you may have noticed that Chris has now been renamed to James's stunt double.
Love it. Love it.
Okay.
There's the apostrophe and the extra S.
Oh, it was done great. Right, moving on. Tim says, love hearing Bob Picardo singing the original series theme tune at the second DST. So did we. Linda says, Virtual TrekCon rocks. It does indeed. And we have many thanks to the lovely guys from Virtual TrekCon who have been more than generous with us. So, yeah, a lot of them, guys. Heather says, oh my God, it's Dan. Good to see him healthy again. Yes, I am indeed healthy and not dead. So it's good.
Who is that and why do they think you're dead?
Because I had the COVID, didn't I?
You're not over it.
Bless her.
Gosh, Dan, you're such a drama queen.
Oh, gosh, no, the present Mrs. Allsop has weighed in now.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I bought that Trek book I watched on this show, the A to Z.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Yeah, that's in the Trek library over there. There's 4.
Yeah,
There's actually
I
4 in the
bought it.
series.
Ready for Baby Allsop when she arrives.
Wonderful.
My little girl has the Die Hard Christmas special book because it's such a festive favourite.
Is it the one with the puppet?
No.
Oh, they do one with a John McClane puppet as well, which is a finger puppet that you can make to do the movements.
No.
Yeah, but he says it's not a Christmas movie.
The movements.
Well, it is a Christmas movie, and if you say otherwise, you're wrong.
Oh, I think it is, but the actor, Bruce Willis, actually says it's not a Christmas movie.
Well, what would he know? He's just an actor. He's not a producer. He's not a director. He's not a screenwriter. He just turns up and says what's on the page. I mean, that's what I do in court. There are cleverer people who write this stuff down.
Exactly. Right, moving on before we get mired into Bruce Willisness. Right, moving very swiftly on.
Can I wear a vest?
We are going to do our
I
next
can't wear a
section.
vest.
Here we go.
Yes, so this week's book, it's a fantastic book. I very much enjoyed reading this one. So this is by Commander Chakotay of the Star Trek Voyager. It's entitled Mediocrity. It's a practical application on the bridge. And this is how you can... This is a really good read. This is how you can basically ensure your survival in a command crew by doing nothing. You can stay safe by not going anywhere. You can stay inoffensive by not doing or saying anything. Okay, you basically every now and again you can worry about how far away you are from the bones of your ancestors and stay in command and survive the trip. You doesn't matter how many left and right turns Janeway takes on her way home. You'll survive the trip. You'll get there. You might even bag a sexy Borg babe by simply staying incognito and mediocre. And yeah, I'd highly recommend it.
I nearly
said that through to
the
title of the page there. I mean, that's really mediocre, that cover, isn't it?
It took a long time for them to pick something that had just the right amount of beige.
Amazing.
Actually, this raises a very valid point, Mr. Moderator.
Hello.
And that is, I don't know that Chris has done his medicine bundle.
Oh, it's true. We haven't had Chris on. We'll book him for a medicine bundle because you can't just impromptu grab one, can you?
Well, no. Chris, do you remember the medicine bundle?
Sorry. Please elaborate.
So we'll get you on for this. We'll prep you for this for another show. But medicine bundle, essentially 5 things that you would have in your medicine bundle if you were far from the bones of your ancestors.
Okay, yeah. Give me some prep.
Yeah, think of it like Desert Island, but in place.
Desert Island.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sir Richard seems to have vanished, which is awkward because we've got other things to talk about. So we'll carry on.
Maybe he peed his pants from earlier and gone to change them.
Maybe. Now, we did have a Wish clip, but unfortunately my computer has not quite brought it across. We're going to move Wish to next week. We have got our Secret Santa thing.
No clip.
No clip. We have got our Secret Santa thing, which we will discuss in... When we doing it? Next week, or we're going to do it on the 27th
Next
for
week,
America?
Secret Santa, because that's the weekend before Christmas.
But 27th is our America show.
So we could have late Christmas presents.
We could have late Christmas presents.
Ooh.
I could buy something. We'll see. We'll
I'm
see.
going to buy you something, but I've changed my mind.
Oh, fine. Be like that.
You've irritated Chris enough already.
No.
Fine.
I've run out of money.
Right. So that is more or less it for everything that's on the show this week. We do have one more thing to talk about. Do we have a Richard rant this week, or is there a Richard rantless?
It's not so much of a rant. This is the thing. A lot of people who watch this show sometimes think I only have negative things to say about it. It's not true. This week's Discovery. Now,
bear in mind, people might not have seen it.
Spoiler alert.
I'll put the thing up. 2 seconds. We have a video for this.
Now, the brilliant thing, and I think the idea behind them originally doing a Terran series of TOS was to give the writers something to get their teeth into that wasn't goody two-shoes Federation every week, and also the actors. So they let them play their alter egos, and they carried that through. I thought the best ever was in DS9. I thought their Terran episodes were superb, especially Nana Visit. I thought she absolutely got it. Fantastic. And Enterprise as well. that they did that really well. The Terran episodes of Disco have been they've been okay. I like the Terran character Lorca, played by Jason Isaacs. He has been and is the best thing that's been about Discovery from the start, as far as I'm concerned. But goodness me, Sonic Martin Green's Terran version was basically Lily Savage. What's going on with that?
Did I miss that bit?
It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I thought the eyeliner was a bit much.
Oh, I just, she's not been, don't get me wrong, she's not been bad, but she's not been great. And you're kind of waiting for her to get her teeth into a couple of episodes and sell herself as the lead in the series. And she just didn't do it.
Michelle Yeoh was the saving grace from that episode.
Oh, it was awful. and it wasn't a bad episode. She was just awful. She was just really bad.
Ooh, I disagree with that comment. Killy.
Was there someone? Killy is the best. Actually, this is one good thing about Michael Burnham's really poor performance in this episode, is that Tilly's character, Terran character, I think I sometimes do the actress a bit of a disservice because she's playing a very difficult part. I thought she was actually quite good as Killy in the Terran episode. I'm not normally impressed with her at all. And it's not always her fault. She's not a bad actress. You know, she did great in Coronation Street. But when you're like in a lead sci-fi show with some great actors and actresses like they have in Discovery, it's what?
Coronation Street, that's something in the north, isn't it?
Yes, it's a northern sci-fi soap opera.
Okay, so
is it like Red
while you get off your soapbox, we're not going to ruin it for everyone if you haven't seen it, but we all agreed, we were all waiting for the same thing to happen in that episode, which didn't happen, which got us slightly, oh, come on! Ugh.
They talked about him so much, they dangled it in front of us, but Jason Isaacs sadly didn't appear.
And there's us not trying to give it away, and there's Richard just blatantly
We've
giving
had
it
a
away.
spoiler alert. If they're still here, then it's their own fault. And that's what
So to our friends at CBS, and we know that you tune in. Obviously, over here on this side of the pond, Jason Isaacs, we want to see more of. You have the opportunity to bring him back by virtue of Prime Lorca being, his fate being unknown. So make it so.
To be blunt, who cares how you bring him back? He's been.
Right, I'm going to throw it at you then. If you had CBS's budget and your budget was that you've spent out for 5 Star Trek shows, because there's a couple of animated ones and there's a Pike show and Discovery and all that stuff. Now, your money is, do you spend it on your Section 31 show, or do you spend it on a Prime Lorca show?
Section 31.
Section 31 because
you've already commissioned Section 31, so you can't withdraw from that.
James, the point has flown straight over your head and taken a good portion of your hairline with it. The whole purpose of this is, if it were up to you, what would you do? What
would you sign off on?
Would you have a series centered around Jason Isaacs, or would you have a series centered around Mission?
I mean, if I was the commissioning guru at CBS, having seen how Discovery fared, then I think I would have been far more interested in a Lorca show before I contemplated Section 31.
Oh, we've had a comment. Prime Lorca caused the burn. Calling it. Well, I don't know what Michael Burnham picked up from him when she was sleeping with him, but quite possibly.
So I think a Section 31 show where Prime Lorca is an operative, because everyone assumes he's dead, so he'd be able to sort of, be a bit more stealthy and a bit more,
a bit more
Depends how far they go with Section 31, because Section 31 has lots of involvement throughout Star Trek history. Let's face it.
I've just had a better idea. Let's have Section 31 with Lorca, but like Austin Powers, like a spy like Austin Powers. That'd be much better.
I'm not happy for it, boys and girls. It's now 21:48, which means our time is come to
an end. How about the Gary
Seven
Seven show?
For our dear American viewers, James is talking about British sci-fi from the 70s that no one else remembers.
Gary Seven was a TOS character, Dan. That shows what you know.
Oh, sorry.
You're thinking of Blake Seven.
Blake Seven, yeah.
Where Blake wasn't in it at the end, and there weren't 7 of them.
No, there wasn't. That's something we left the corner for another time.
We'll do a British sci-fi special at some point. So I think that more or less wraps up Trekdom for this week. Next week there is
obviously killed it enough.
Yeah, there is Terra Firma Part 2, which we're looking forward to this week, which we'll have a quick chat about next week. There is holiday specials, and we will be showing you some of our very best Amazon and eBay and Wish finds, pictures of things we found you could buy for the Trek person in your life. Because that sounds like a big feature.
Wish is always worth a look, isn't it?
Exactly. There will be other things from Carl for collectibles, and if you've got a collectible that you'd like us to value, all you have to do is email a picture of your collectible to carl@trekkiesguy.com. That's on the bottom of the screen now. So take a picture of your collectible, whether it be a piece of memorabilia or something like that, and we will give you an evaluation on that.
Carl has asked, actually, if you could just keep it to pictures of your collectibles and no sort of selfies.
Thank you. And don't forget to check out our latest Discovery episode reviews and theories on the Trekkies Guide to Galaxy YouTube channel. That's every week. So Carl will be doing reviews and things every week on that as well. I will also be doing them once I'm not working so manically busy all the time. We're back, of course, 9 p.m. next Sunday. But from myself, Dan, from the rest of the team, and from our special James's stunt double guest, Chris. Thank you very much. We'll have Chris back at some point. Have a great week. See you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Toodle pip.